Welcome to the Pull Up Chat. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on our social media page. My Instagram is BJizzle, BJIZZLE. Follow me on my Facebook page, BJ Matthews. Follow my co-host, Rick Masters, at RickMasters23. Follow him on his Facebook, Broderick Masters, BRODRICK Masters. Follow us on our YouTube and Spotify page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Continue to like, share, and subscribe our videos where you can get our updated content by hitting the notification button on top of the screen. Let's go. So, Mr. Kyrie Irving is back in the news once again for the wrong reasons. He has been pointing the finger at over this COVID-19 vaccine. He has refused to take, and it's led to a lot of backlash in the media with sports pundits and things of that nature. Everybody that knows in the world, the COVID virus, everything like that, has kind of changed and shaped things up. A lot of lives changed, a lot of lives lost, a lot of things been shut down, locked down. And it's just a weird time in America, and not only America but the entire world. And there's been a lot of adjustments going on. We're almost out of this thing, but it's gotten much better. But we still have some ways to go. And they're making this vaccine that they have released available to anybody in the public. It's almost mandatory that they want people to take it. But there's also people who still believe that they don't think the vaccine is needed. They think they'd rather have the virus, if it comes to them, be healed naturally. As far as the specifics go about the vaccine, I do know if you get the vaccine, you have a less chance of really having the long time effects of it, as far as being sick for a long time. I remember I got the COVID back in October last year, and I was out for about 2 weeks. So I definitely know what it feels like to have that virus. It's definitely a real thing. But this is about Kyrie Irving. How do I feel about his stance? And also, a couple of media pundits such as Stephen A. Smith and Shaquille O'Neal said that they should trade Kyrie Irving for his beliefs as not taking the vaccine because it's holding the team back. So the question of today is going to be, should the Brooklyn Nets look to trade Kyrie Irving from the team this season? Let's go. So let's indulge what Kyrie Irving is on the court. Kyrie Irving is arguably the most skilled basketball player on the court when healthy and locked in. Just last year in the playoffs, he got hurt against the Milwaukee Bucks in the second round. We do know that Kyrie Irving could be injury prone, but we also know that if they were fully healthy, they would have been to the finals. They would have beat the Milwaukee Bucks. They were beating them in the first two games of that series pretty convincingly with Kyrie Irving healthy. So let's say that if Kyrie Irving played, they would have got past Milwaukee Bucks. So is this the guy that you trade from the team based off of his production on the court? Do you trade him based off what he brings off the court, which is sometimes can be looked at as being a distraction, or do you keep him for what he does on the court when he's locked in, which arguably would probably be a championship? I remember just last season when Stephen A. Smith said that they need to Kyrie Irving needs to retire because of some of the things he was doing off the court, as far as being MIA from the team and someone in his belief being a distraction. Stephen A. Smith over the last year has said a lot of outlandish things. He said that Donovan Mitchell is the best Utah Jazz player of all time. He has said that Kawhi Leonard doesn't deserve. He would not give Kawhi Leonard a maximum deal based off him not being fit with the culture. Whatever that means, I just think that you're a superstar top five player. You give that player what he wants. There's not a lot of players that come around like that. So if you give a top five player to another team, that's a problem you're going to have to deal with. And now he's talking about Kyrie Irving once again should be traded from the team. I totally disagree with Stephen A. Smith, just like I disagree with the last two subjects I just brought up. I do understand that he can go into his own zone, his own lane sometimes. But as long as he's ready when it's time to be ready, that's all I care about. Last season, he was ready when they were supposed to be ready. It's just injuries played a part. When they asked him to be there for the playoffs, he was there. And I believe his allegiance with Kevin Durant, he's going to be available if Kevin Durant needs him to be available because he vouched for Kyrie Irving to stay on the team. Reports were showing that Kyrie Irving was going to get traded for Ben Simmons, and Kevin Durant's the one that vetoed that trade. Instead, that look, we need Kyrie Irving on this team. So Kyrie comes off to me as a very loyal person. That if he rides with you, he rocks with you, he's going to do whatever it takes to make sure that you're put in the best position. He may have, things that he does on his own whim or what he does off the court, but if he's your friend or if he's somebody close to you, from what I've seen, he will be loyal to that person. So I don't think that Kyrie Irving will mess them getting a championship up this season. by his beliefs. Now, I will say this: if the Brooklyn Nets do end up winning the championship this year, I do think that Kyrie Irving will say, "Look, we got the championship. We got what we need to get. It's time for me to get out the game of basketball. There's other things more important, and that's it." But I don't think he's gonna stop the process from getting a championship this season. And I think it's idiotic for somebody to say they need to trade Kyrie Irving. The same guy that you said that if he was available, they would have won a championship. Why would I trade him? If the Brooklyn Nets have no problem with it, or they're not voicing their concerns about it, then I don't know why are all these media pundits jumping in saying that they need to trade Kyrie Irving or let him go. Because all you're gonna do is put him on another team that's gonna be another team's problem when you have to face them in the playoffs. A lot of them are not thinking like that. They're thinking so emotional about what is happening in the present instead of what's gonna happen in the future if I trade this gem away to another team. So those are my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Any other people got any thoughts? Let me know. Do you think that the Brooklyn Nets should trade Kyrie Irving? Do you think they need to keep him? Do you think Kyrie Irving is wrong for the his comments about not taking the vaccine and things of that nature? You know what I'm saying? Continue to follow us. Like I said, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube videos. We go live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every Friday or every Sunday on Facebook Live. So continue to support us. I will make sure to have all the videos up on Spotify on Sunday nights, YouTube as well on Mondays the next day after I edit the videos. But with that being said, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up. Peace. Out here like swimwear.